We're going over the top 5 shoulder mistakes. We're going to fix you up so you don't do that ever again. First thing we have to do is this. I see so many people like this. Like just set up like this. They're so tight, right? So you're just, you're up here. You cannot hit for any power consistency. It's just so restrictive. I hit a fairway, but I mean, how far did it go? I carried it 186 yards. I can't live like that. All right, so fix number 1 is gonna be just relax. Just let those shoulders hang nice and loose, okay? The looser you are, the more relaxed you are, the more speed, the more power, the more consistency you can have. Just being relaxed, okay? There's still a few more things we need to do. So let's tighten it up. All right, the next huge mistake we're making is this. It's our shoulder tilt. We are tilting way too much like this, all right? When you tilt down too far here, we just have nowhere to go but whip that club way inside and get over here, and then we're gonna come over the top. So we've gotta eliminate this massive shoulder tilt because we're gonna go like this. Like I can't even register that because the TrackMan's like, who is this guy? All right, so we cannot tilt too much. Here's a good rule of thumb. What you wanna do is relax, take your grip. All you do is just grab it right, that's it. You see that? Grab it with my bottom hand, grab it with my top hand here, and now I'm just right there. That's a good shoulder tilt right there. That's it. We don't need to exaggerate it anymore. This gets us there. If your hand is, let's say, off your left ear, now you just grab it and you're good to go. That's a really solid setup right there. Just that shoulder tilt. That's all you really need. Next huge issue is this. What happens is typically we get in a bad habit of aiming too far right with our feet. And what it causes our shoulders to do is we know that's wrong because our back's not, so we open up way too much like this. Or whatever, we aim straight and we set up and our shoulders are pointed way left, okay? Now, this is cool if you want to play the giant slice fade, but most of us don't want to do that, right? So I don't want to play this giant slice, and it's from how we just address the club. Right in here, right? We set up and then we grab it here and we're looking, and as we look, everything we do opens us up and we're way open, and then we're like, cool, we turn our head back and we never refix anything, and we either pull it or we play a super giant slice. And that was both, a pull slice. What you want, it's very important, is the front arm above the back arm here in your setup. If this is like this is no good. You're gonna want a video straight down the line, like this, okay? This would be the angle, straight down the line. Get your phone, get the V1 app, it's cool, golf app. Video your swing, I don't care how you do it. And if you see this, that's no good. You wanna see this front arm right down the line, like so. Now you know you're in a good setup. Anytime it gets over, it's no good. If you make a mistake, have your shoulders aim too far right rather than left, all right? So here, down the line, make sure that that's above the bottom hand. That's how you check it. Everything else is good, it's above, we're great, I feel good, here we go. We're getting there, we're tightening it up, we're fixing our shoulder mistakes one by one. We're getting better and better drives every time. So those first 3 fixes are really set up stuff with your shoulders. Once you get that down, then everybody asks, hey, where do your shoulders go on your backswing? Do they go down? Do they go around? Where do they go? What do I do with my shoulders on the backswing? here's a great general rule of thumb, is your shoulder, your front shoulder, should not hit you in the face when you're swinging the golf club, all right? If you swing and your shoulder's hitting you, that's not ideal, all right? You don't want your shoulder there. You shouldn't come home with a black eye and a broken nose. Your shoulder, it should not hit you in the face. So if that's happening, then it's wrong. It's an easy one, all right? Now, also, your head should not go dipping down in your backswing. So if your head is dropping down, you know you're doing something strange with your shoulders. Ideally, this is what you want. You want the turn. Your shoulders should be just right out in front of you. I'm not consciously thinking, take it down, because now I'm getting too steep. And when I get too steep, that happens with my club head. We don't want that, right? Everybody's a little different. There's no one perfect formula that's going to cure every problem, but just a guideline. Don't hit yourself in the face and don't dip your head down. It should just be a turn right there. Okay, that's where it should be. You're turning, you're rotating on your spine angle. But whatever spine angle you are at setup, that shoulder turn should stay right there. That's what your shoulders should do on your backswing, ideally. We want our shoulder turn to match our spine angle without hitting ourselves in the face. We're getting there, we're fixing our shoulders. The more we fix it, the better shots we start hitting, the more consistency we're gonna have. There's one more thing that we have to do, and I've seen people do everything correctly, but they miss this last piece, and they wonder why they have wild, crazy shots. What we're trying to do ultimately in the golf swing is eliminate a lot of hand motion. This, just inconsistent. You can play good golf, but you can play horrible golf at the same time, and it's something we want to avoid. The reason we do that is because we have no shoulder follow through. So as we have a good backswing, I've seen people with great backswings and they're right here. You've got to follow through with your shoulders. Biggest mistake is we stop and we don't follow through. So what we want to do is make sure as we go, we are following through to completion. I'm gonna over exaggerate this. Here's the no follow through. If you're one of these people, you could have a great backswing and that's no follow through. That's all the time. That is a snap hook. That's because you're gonna stop. Your shoulders will slow down and stop long before everything else, and that leaves one thing to keep going, your hands. In order to not do that, we have to keep rotating our shoulders. So I'm gonna make sure my shoulders come here and go all the way around as far as I can go. Some of us are more flexible than others, but it's a huge thing. I want to be here. Even over exaggerate best I can. See what we got. Oh, that's great. Keep rotating. Overdo it for now. Constantly over rotate for now. Believe it or not, the more you rotate those shoulders, the less likely your ball is to go way left. So we're helping eliminate half the golf course, which is what we want. So overdo it. Overdo everything in practice, and then when you're on the course, they will start to click. If you want more fixes for some of the worst mistakes we're making out there, click right over here. Until next time, love you guys. See you next video.